Hey everyone, welcome back to Ganai's FOSS News. We're starting this week with a serious security alert. According to Google's Threat Intelligence Group, researchers have confirmed the first publicly documented AI-assisted zero-day exploit targeting open-source software. We're talking about a Python-based two-factor authentication bypass in a widely used web admin tool. This discovery marks a major turning point. It shows that AI isn't just making development easier. It's also making vulnerability discovery faster and potentially more dangerous. Google's warning that future AI-generated exploits could be significantly harder to detect than traditional ones. This is a wake-up call for the entire open-source community about the evolving threat landscape we're facing. Things get worse before they get better. A coordinated campaign called Mini Shai-Hulud has compromised over 170 open-source NPM and PyPI packages. According to reporting from OpenSource4U, attackers exploited GitHub Actions, OIDC trust relationships, and even SLSA provenance signing, tools designed to protect software supply chains, to distribute malware disguised as legitimate updates. We're talking about major projects like Tanstack, Mistral AI, and UiPath being targeted. The attackers essentially weaponized the trust mechanisms meant to keep us safe. On the positive side, OpenAI reported that no customer data was compromised when malicious Tanstack packages breached employee devices. But this incident proves the supply chain is vulnerable at scale. Now let's talk about a community victory. According to its FOSS, 2 Fedora council members have retracted their approval votes for Fedora's AI Developer Desktop initiative after heavy community backlash. People raised legitimate concerns about privacy, governance, and what this tool would actually collect from developers. This is exactly how the open-source process should work. The community speaks up, maintainers listen, and controversial decisions get reconsidered. It shows that even within major distributions, no decision is set in stone when the community mobilizes. Let's shift gears to some exciting innovations. BrowserAct has open-sourced 2 powerful AI agent skills on GitHub that let AI agents interact directly with live websites. According to OpenSource4U, BrowserAct and BrowserAct SkillForge enable agents to bypass common automation barriers and generate reusable web tools without rewriting code for every single website. Meanwhile, Chinese AI company Moonshot has launched Kimi WebBridge, a browser extension that turns their open-source Kimi models into local browser operators for Chrome and Edge. Both tools represent a shift toward letting AI agents handle real-world web tasks independently. No more manual intervention needed. OpenSquilla just released the first public version of a self-hostable, open-source AI agent runtime designed specifically for enterprises looking to cut costs. As reported by OpenSource4U, this runtime uses intelligent model routing and multi-tier memory to reduce token usage on long-horizon enterprise workloads. It also includes Cisco-level isolation for secure sandboxing, meaning you can run AI agents without sacrificing security. This is perfect for organizations that want to move away from proprietary AI stacks and take control of their infrastructure. Here's a policy issue affecting open-source developers. Colorado lawmakers introduced Bill SB 26-051 proposing that operating systems collect user ages and share that data with app developers. OpenSource4U reports that Linux and open-source developers are pushing back hard, warning that this law could restrict root access, burden small OS vendors, and undermine open-source learning and experimentation. If passed, it could fundamentally change how open-source operating systems operate. The community is making their voices heard during the legislative process. Fedora just announced Hummingbird, a super hardened Linux distribution with a unique approach. According to its FOSS, Fedora Hummingbird ships the entire OS as a bootable OCI image with atomic updates and rollback support. This means you get immutable infrastructure principles applied to the entire operating system. Updates are all or nothing, and if something goes wrong, you can instantly roll back. It's a modern approach to system reliability and security. Finally, some good news for gamers with older systems. A proposed Linux scheduler patch shows significant frame time improvements on aging hardware under heavy CPU load. Its FOSS reports that this update could make your potato PC game better by optimizing how the kernel distributes CPU tasks during gaming sessions. If this patch gets merged, it could extend the life of older gaming rigs. proof that open-source development is constantly optimizing for real-world use cases.